Welcome back to our channel. It's a glamorous high-stakes day in Los Angeles, and the Forster Creations energy is absolutely electric. Grab your favorite cruelty-free snacks and settle in, because we have an unbelievable amount of drama to unpack today. I cannot breathe. I literally cannot even process what just happened on my screen. You guys, I am typing this at 2 a.m. because my heart is pounding out of my chest and I desperately need to vent to people who actually got it. Zende Forrester Dominguez just did the most iconic thing in the history of this show. I mean, we all saw the tension building. We all knew something was gonna snap. But I did not expect him to just drop a nuclear bomb on Forster Creations like that. I am screaming. I am celebrating. I am throwing confetti in my living room. I can't believe they actually went there. But I am so incredibly glad they did. But wait, let me catch my breath. Let me just back up for a second because I know some of you are probably like, what is she talking about? I'm talking about Zende literally choosing moral justice over corporate tyranny. I'm talking about him standing at the ultimate crossroads, looking at the way Steffi and Ridge were treating Hope Logan and saying, absolutely not on my watch. Am I the only one who has been physically sickened by the way Steffi has been acting lately? It's like she's forgotten what it means to have a heart. She has been treating Hope like a stray dog left out in the cold rain, and you all know how much I love animals and despise cruelty. Let's talk about the sheer unadulterated cruelty of it all. Steffi has been running around Forster Creations like some kind of dictator, sidelining Hope for the future, pushing this whole couture agenda and demanding absolute blind loyalty from everyone in her orbit. And she had the audacity to stand there and praise Zende for his team player attitude. Ugh, I wanted to throw my remote at the TV. She thought she had him on a leash, just rolling with the punches, being a good little shoulder while she systematically dismantled Hope's legacy. But she forgot one crucial, undeniable thing. Zende is a true artist, and true artists have souls. They have moral compass. I've been watching the show since 2015, and I've seen a lot of corporate backstabbing. Remember when they tried to pull similar stunts with Rick back in the day? Or when they constantly tried to undermine Sally Spectra's creative genius? Yeah, didn't work then either. History repeats itself at Forster Creations because they never learn. They always think they can control the narrative. But this is different because it's not just about money or power. It's about artistry, integrity. Zende standing at that crossroads, watching Hope, who is basically the most pure-hearted person in that building, a literal angel who wouldn't hurt a fly, who advocates for animal rights and sustainable living, being treated so unfairly. It was agonizing to watch his internal struggle. You could see the physical pain in his eyes as he wrestled with his loyalty to his grandfather's legacy versus his loyalty to what is fundamentally right. And you know me, I despise bullies. I cannot stand manipulative people who use their power to crush the vulnerable. Steffi and Ridge have been acting like absolute villains in this scenario. They thought they could just stream stroll Hope, breach her contract, and keep all the gorgeous designs that were meant for her line. They wanted to use her aesthetic to fuel their own selfish revenge line against Katie Logan. But Zende? My beautiful heroic Zende? He looked at that glaring injustice and decided to be the hero we didn't know we needed. He became the voice for the voiceless, and I am so here for it. The designs. Let's talk about the secret transfer of the designs because I was literally on the edge of my seat, biting my nails down to the quick. Zende, knowing full well that an entire collection had been meticulously crafted for Hope for the future, decided he wasn't going to let it rot in some Forrester vault or be repurposed for a petty revenge line. He secretly packed up every single sketch, every digital file, every fabric swatch, and handed them over to Hope so she could launch them at Logan. I mean, the nerve, the brilliance, the absolute genius of it all.
Can we just visualize this scene for a second? Imagine Zende in the design room, the glow of the computer screen illuminating his face in the dark office, knowing that with one click of a button, he is changing the trajectory of Los Angeles fashion forever. He's looking at these designs, these beautiful, sustainable, ethically sourced pieces that probably use faux fur and vegan leather, because Hope is a queen of compassion, and he knows they belong to her. He knows she's the muse, the inspiration, the heart of the collection, and he just sends them. Boom. Done. File transfer complete. Legacy saved. I'm obsessed with the fact that he didn't even hesitate in the end. He knew the risks. He knew Ridge would absolutely lose his mind. He knew his family would view it as the ultimate betrayal. But he did it anyway because it was the right thing to do. It's like watching someone rescue a trapped, frightened animal from a cruel snare. He saw Hope caught in the toxic Forrester trap, and he bravely set her free. And honestly, And the poetic justice of him using their own internal servers to liberate Hope's brand is just absolute perfection. Now let's talk about the explosion. Because when Ridge Forrester finally found out that the collection was gone, I thought the windows at Forrester Creations were going to shatter from the sheer volume of his yelling. I'm sorry, but Ridge flipping out is my new favorite genre of television. He was absolutely raging. Pacing around the CEO office like a caged lion, except a lion is majestic and noble, and Ridge is just a giant hypocrite in a tailored suit who can't handle losing control. Ridge discovering the missing collection was cinematic gold. The realization slowly dawning on his face, the frantic phone calls to IT, the absolute unhinged meltdown. Where are the designs? Who took the Hope for the Future files, HA? I was laughing so hard I spilled my herbal tea. Because Ridge and Steffi were so incredibly busy plotting their anti-Logan revenge line, so busy trying to embarrass Katie and assert their dominance, that they completely ignored the Trojan horse right inside their own walls. They underestimated the integrity of the people they thought they owned. They thought they were playing 3D chess, but Zende just flipped the board. And then the confrontation. Oh my god, the confrontation. I have never been more proud of a fictional character in my entire life. Zende didn't cower. He didn't hide behind excuses. When the fury erupted and the accusations started flying, Zende walked right into the line of fire and bravely admitted exactly what he did. He owned it. He stood tall. He looked Ridge and Steffi dead in the eye and told them he did it to protect what is right. He didn't flinch. I gave them to Hope. Can you imagine the heavy silence in that room after those words dropped? The absolute paralyzing shock. Steffi's jaw probably hit the floor so hard it left a dent in the hardwood. Ridge's veins were probably popping out of his forehead like a road map. But Zende was calm, because when you have the moral high ground, you don't need to yell. You don't need to throw a tantrum. He explained that his actions were about justice, about creative fairness, and about not letting a soulless corporation crush the spirit of a true artist. It was high-fashion runway drama at its absolute finest. I know some people are loving the Forrester dominance right now, and I know there are fans who think Steffi is some kind of girl boss icon, but personally, I am so over it. The way they demand blind loyalty while giving absolutely zero respect in return is toxic. Zende calling them out on their blatant hypocrisy was everything I've ever wanted to say to my screen. He basically told them that their cruelty and manipulation drove him away. He chose the light over the dark, and he refused to be complicit in their bullying anymore. And then he quit. He actually walked out. I am still shaking, just typing this. Zende deciding to leave the Forrester Empire, the legacy of his grandfather Eric, on the safety of his family name, the endless resources to follow the call of justice. That is heroism in its purest form. That is the kind of character development we have been begging the writers for. He didn't just talk the talk. He walked the walk right out those heavy glass doors, leaving Ridge and Steffi to choke on their own hubris. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me think about what this actually means for the future of the show. Because Zende isn't just walking away into the sunset to find himself. No. He is heading straight to Logan to stand shoulder to shoulder with Hope and her brother Deke Sharp. This is the birth of a brand new fashion alliance, and it is going to be powerful. This is like the ultimate underdog sports team drafting the star quarterback right out from under the reigning champions. Think about the logistics of this for a second. Katie Logan has been riding high on her big triumph. Bill Spencer is ready to throw millions of dollars at whatever Katie wants, and now they have Hope Deke. And Zende. The Spencers are literally assembling the Avengers of the fashion world, and Forrester Creations is left holding a bag of outdated couture and incredibly bad karma. The tables haven't just turned. They have been completely flipped over, smashed into pieces, and set on fire. This is the kind of power shift that changes soap history forever. Bill Spencer must be cackling in his office right now. He literally predicted that top designers would flock to Logan, and boom. Here comes Zende Forrester Dominguez, carrying the hottest designs of the year on a silver platter. I am so here for this. I want to see Hope and Zende co-designing a line that absolutely destroys Forrester on the runways. I want them to use eco-friendly, cruelty-free materials dominate the market, and make Steffi eat every single one of her harsh words. But you know Brooke is going to spiral. Oh my gosh. Brooke is going to completely lose her mind when the dust settles. She's already been ranting to Hope, bashing Katie and trying to force Hope to accept Steffi's scraps just to keep the peace. When she finds out that Hope not only left for Logan, but took Zende and the designs with her, Brooke is going to need a straitjacket. She's going to blame Bill, she's going to blame Katie. She's going to scream that Logan stole her daughter. It's going to be a mess, and honestly, I kind of can't wait to watch her realize she backed the wrong horse. It's just so frustrating because Brooke cannot see the forest for the trees. She wants to protect the Forrester name so badly that she's willing by Forrester name to sacrifice her own daughter's happiness and creative freedom. But Hope finally woke up. Hope realized that she and Katie are in the exact same unappreciated boat, and she boldly jumped ship. And Zende was right there to throw her the life raft. It's a beautiful story of empowerment and breaking free from toxic environments. I am just so emotional about this whole storyline. It hits all my buttons. It's about standing up to bullies. It's about artistic freedom. It's about choosing your logical family over your toxic biological one. Zende has proven himself to be a man of immense character and unwavering integrity. He refused to be a pawn in Steffi's cruel game of corporate chess. He looked at the board, saw the manipulation, and decided to flip the whole table. And let's talk about Deke Sharp for a second. Deke getting a job offer to join Logan and working with his sister Hope and now Zende. Deacon Sharp is going to be over the moon. He and Taylor Hayes are living their happily ever after. And now Deacon gets to see his kids thriving, building an empire that rivals the mighty Forresters. It's poetic justice. The Sharp kids are rising to the top, and they are doing it with Grace talent and the backing of the Spencers.